Okay, you guys, the purpose of this video is to help you with your narrative and informative paragraphs that you're supposed to write in Unit 2. Um, in blue here, I have the instructions for each of the paragraphs, and then in black is my examples of, me doing the assignment, essentially. Um, First of all, it says to pick a topic that you kind of have an opinion about, and that's something that you can really use because you're going to use it for a few assignments. I chose to pick when I was stuck in an elevator because I thought it was kind of a funny event and something that I remember significantly, and I felt like I could write at the very least a paragraph about. So that was my thinking as far as how I picked the topic. And then I also wanted to make sure that I had enough detail to fill a paragraph. Um, and of course, with this story, I probably could have done a couple paragraphs. But here we are. At a conference in Nashville, Tennessee, I decided to wander around the 7-acre hotel with a fellow teacher. We got into a sketchy elevator at one time, but nothing really happened other than some weird noises. After we decided to get something to eat, we came back to the sketchy elevator. I mentioned to my friend that I didn't want to get in that elevator again, but she told me I was chicken and it was no big deal, so I got in even though I was hesitant. It was a terrible idea. The elevator stopped mid-travel. The emergency phone wasn't working and it was really hot in there. Luckily, it was a glass elevator and we were able to wave some people down. At first, they just thought we were waving at them. When they finally realized we needed help, they called the hotel staff. 30 minutes later, we were finally out of that sweaty box. Next time, I will trust my instincts. So again, for a narrative, you need to make sure it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Before I went straight to the fact that I got stuck in the elevator, which would be my climax, I kind of worked up to it, and then I worked down to my resolution as well. So that's the kinds of things that I'm looking for in your narrative paragraph. Now, for the second assignment, we are supposed to um, take that same topic and make an informative essay out of it, or an informative paragraph out of it. Now, this informative paragraph should be something that you take from this particular um, narrative. So I chose to take the idea of being stuck in an elevator and turn that into a what should you do if, kind of like a self-help. That's typically what an informative information is going to be on. How can you help yourself? How can you fix something? How do you put something together? That is what an informative paper is going to be about. So here is mine on what you should do if you're stuck in an elevator. If you find yourself stuck in an elevator, there are several ways you can free yourself. Your best option is to start with the emergency telephone alarm in the elevator. If you pick that up or push the button and someone responds, you will most likely be rescued quickly. If the emergency button doesn't work, you can shout loudly so that others will hear you. Remember to take a break so that you can listen for a return call. Another option, if it is a glass elevator, is to wave frantically at any passerbyers for help. If all of those options fail, you may be stuck for a while. So I took my same topic, turned it into how do you get yourself out of that type of situation. That's the type of stuff I'm looking for in your informative and narrative assignments.